Greetings, Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer, and I want to talk about boxing, as I always do. I was thinking about to my childhood and growing up and going to the gym. And I remember going for the first time. I went down with my brother, my dad took my brother down and I went down with him. And it was one of the biggest gyms I've ever seen. They were brilliant, massive playground. And I was just thinking, some of the people I sparred with down there, I'd been down since I was 7, and I'd got to about 12, and then it seemed like all these kids came in from Airels and Chapeltown, and they were brilliant. And some of the kids I sparred with, the different styles, there was a guy called Leroy McLeish Shilling. He was like Foreman. Strong, upright, just come forward, bam, bam, bam. And I had another friend called William James Beast. He was like Agler, relentless, just kept coming forward, strong, tough. And then there was a kid called David Patterson. This guy was like Sweet Pea. You know, he had his hands out here, but you couldn't aim. And he got counted all the time. Good footwork, everything. And then we had a guy called OG, Owen Grayson. He was Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson, man. And that was just 4 of them that we used to spar regular. And the things I'd learned, and I was glad I'd had like 4 years, 5 years on these kids, because these kids were good, man. And it's like I say, sometimes the net catches you in boxing and sometimes it don't. You know, you hit the net, which is boxing, and you bounce out of it and you end up in a whole heap of different world. And some of them didn't make it. But yeah, it was just thinking back, where did I get most of my experience from? And why wasn't I really bothered about fighting anybody? And like, I had a brother who was 4 years older than me called Glenn. And he had a really good job. He won the ABAs in '82. And he could box. And I had to spar with him. And his jab was always in my face. And it was one of them. I learned a lot because he was the only guy I really wanted to beat. And I couldn't beat him, and I didn't know how to beat him, but he was the one I wanted to beat because he was my big brother. And going in with the likes of Michael Nunn, nothing compared to that. You know, it might sound weird, how can your older brother have more than the best fighter in the world, pound for pound? Well, as a kid, he has. Because that's all you know is what's in front of you. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that's just a little story. That's why I don't think I'm bothered about anybody. You know, I don't frighten easily. I don't frighten at all, actually. Intimidation. It don't work. And I don't know why. Maybe, like I say, it's down to my childhood. I've got this in my head. I have to find out. Big question mark, why? You know? Anyway, I'm just thinking of what to speak about because it's a talking day and I'm talking about boxing, like they say. And I've been listening to Russ. I'm glad to see you back from Parker's Corner. I like listening to him. He gets really rant, rave, but what he says is right, you know. And I've been thinking about it from time, about getting somebody's must go. At least 4 fights on the bill should be unbeaten fighters fighting each other. And let the cream rise to the top, not be bought and brought up. And I think Sky or an internet channel should set up and just basically just have winning fighters on. Yeah, if you're good and you've got an unbeaten record, come, let's fight. Let's see. And all this thing with the board, it's kind of sad how all these authorities, officials, ruling bodies, you know, it's sad how they behave. But then again, it's all about money and it's all about who they can buy. And that's the problem, that people who could do something with it, you know, would make boxing better, they don't seem to want to. They seem to pay people who are going to be yes men to them because they're waiting for the paycheck. Instead of getting honest truth come out, you know what I mean, where's your loyalty? What, loyalty to boxing or loyalty to you? If your fight is shit, your fight is shit, mate. I don't care how many people he brings, he's crap. That's just me. And I just wish that it was basically a free-for-all. You know, if you get yourself into a position to get a title shot, you should get the title shot. You know what I mean? If you fight somebody in the top 10 and you beat him, not no phone calls, you get in the top 10. And it's like I said about how managers and promoters mix and con people by manipulating things. Oh, well, he's in the top 10. Why is he in the top 10? Because he made a phone call. Boom. Gets you in the top 10. And somebody who's been up there and fought, it's like, have a look at this one. You can do your own research and go back. I boxed a guy called Roberto Dominguez, who was number 4 in the world. I was number 2. They didn't have a number 1. After the fight, the rankings came out again. I was number 15. Somebody made a phone call, didn't want me to be in, dropped me out to number 15. When I complained to Maloney got me reinstated at number 6. And then I've got to be happy with that. You know, people on the outside of boxing don't really understand all these little slight strokes to pull to keep who they want at the top. You know, now with the social media, they've got people who are popping out these little clips like I do. But I was watching Instagram, I flipped through Instagram, and it's like I'm seeing Anna in the yard in all these modelling poses. Are you a model or are you a boxer? Because if you're doing modelling instead of doing your training, where are you going? You know what I mean? You're going down the catwalk. Because when you go into a boxing room, you're going to get frigging hurt, mate. And on that one, I think Yard will get beat again. I think Arthur will do a job on him. But that's just me. And I think Lyndon knows that everything's going to be against him. So I think he's going to make a statement and pull it out. And I hope he does. Because the way the politics are played out now, and it's like my man Golden Boy got all these lion in the house. Whenever that saying comes out, lion in the house, I always just think lions in zoos and lions in circus too. So you're welcome in my house, mate. But anyway, that's just me having a little chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. Not a lot about boxing, but I'm getting back into the gym on Friday, so I'll be doing a little bit more on technique, because I'm going to be working somewhat with my boy. He's got to a level now. I'm going to settle him down, get him to plant his feet, and get him to shorten his punches. I've already showed him how to shorten punches and how to generate the power, but now I'm going to be working on that a little bit more, because his movement, I think, is very well. It's not brilliant, but it's a lot better than he can leave off it for a while, because that'll just take care of itself. I'm going to get him flattening his feet down. not flattening his feet, not even planting his feet, gliding, different, a feel of the floor on her, where at the moment it's like more bouncing, get him to glide, get him to feel the floor, and that'll get him generating a lot more power as well. So these are things I'll be showing on, well, I don't know if I will. Yeah, I will. I'll be showing them because it's the technique that gets you into the floor, and then you put your own slant on it. Like I say, I've been listening to Russ and he's on about the Kronk style and the Ingle style and this style and that style. I always wanted to develop your own style because you're unique, there's only one of you. I'll show you all the basics and then you work on your own basics. That's why I put basics on YouTube about what he's doing, because it's not giving away any secrets, because the secrets are basically switching what the basics are that work for you, you know, that help you. It's like we all use our tools differently, and it's how you use your tool that suits you the best, not how I use it, because like I said, we're all different and we all can't box the same way, and if we did it'd be boring. It's like when you look at Hosea Burton over the weekend with Dan Aziz. You know, Hosea fought the wrong fight. Aziz, Dan did. To me, it just reminded me of Agler and Tommy Hearns. Thomas wanted a boxing match and Agler wanted a fight. And Agler got what he wanted, he got the fight. And then this is the same thing that happened with Dan Aziz, he got the fight. But Burton wasn't willing to fight, he wanted to continue to box, and sometimes, you know, you get dragged into a fight, you have to start fighting. It's no big deal. And most fighters who've got all the tools in the box, they can fight. So if you want to drag somebody into a fight, you'll get a fight. So that's it, learn to fight if you can box. You know, I don't mean every fight you have to go into, you have to be a fighter, but certain fights you do. And sometimes, you know what I mean, boxing takes care of itself, so you got to learn to fight because you can box. And then when you can beat him or get him half and half on the fight, then you start boxing, the fight becomes easy. And just look at back in history, Sugar Ray Leonard and Duran, the first fight, Leonard got into a fight with him. Me personally, I thought he beat Duran in the first one, fighting him at his own game, but he didn't. Didn't get the decision. But the return match, Duran quit. Why? Because he knew he couldn't beat him in a fight and he couldn't beat him in boxing. So that's how you got to sort of like work on your weaknesses. Like I keep saying, just keep working on your weaknesses. When your weaknesses become strengths, your strengths are weaknesses, and you work on them, and then all you're doing is constantly getting stronger and better. Anyway, till next time, if you can't be yourselves, just be brilliant. Bye.